Sit down, nice and tall. Look at the knees and make sure that your knees are either level to your waist or a little bit below your waist. If that's not happening, please sit on something a little higher. If you're at home and you don't have a block, you can use the phone book or several books. If you're in a club or you have your block, then you want to sit on the block. Your shoulders are up, back, and down. Your chin is level, and your back is straight. Your abdominals are a little bit engaged, about half strength. You want to close your eyes and breathe as if it is the first time that you're breathing today. You want to do it very consciously. You want to feel the sensations of the air passing through the throat and filling up the lungs. You want to feel the movement of the rib cage, and you want to feel the touch of your clothes to your skin. And as that is happening, you are bringing yourself to the present moment, which is all we have. We have just this one moment that is called present because it is a gift. Everything else is just in your mind. The past is already gone. There isn't much you can do about it. The future is not here. So it's all in your imagination. During this class, I want you to be present. I want you to be aware of what is happening in this moment. I want you to give yourself good quality attention, not judging, not criticizing yourself, just giving yourself full attention with love and kindness. Good. Now I want you to, with your nose, you want to start drawing a circle as if your nose is a pencil. And you start drawing a circle, small in the beginning, and you can make it a little big as you go. That's 3, 4, and 5. And now go backwards. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Good. Now open your arms and breathe in, stretch in your lungs. And breathe out as you lower the arms and empty your lungs. And again, breathe in, reach in your arms all the way up. And breathe out, lowering the arms and emptying your lungs. And again, breathe in, stretching your arms overhead. And breathe out, empty, 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 empty. Empty your lungs as if you're cleansing them. Good. This time I want you to hold the arms up above your head. Clasp your fingers and press your arms up above. At the same time, I want you to start pushing the floor with your sit bones and stretching your arms up as if you want to touch the ceiling. Feeling like you are growing taller and taller, creating more spaces in between the vertebrae. Good. Breathe in right there. And when you breathe out, go ahead and tilt to your right. keeping both sitting bones on the floor, and just feel the stretch on the side of your body and on the sideways of the spine. Good. Come back up. Breathe in, reaching up. And when you breathe out, tilt to the left. Again, pressing the sit bones down and stretching the obliques and the side of the spine. Good. Then you come back to center. Now I want both arms to go straight forward. Hold hands in front of you. Stretch your arms all the way forward. Then stick your head in between the arms and drop down. And see the separation of the shoulder blades. You want to go back there and breathe in between the shoulder blades. Then you release that. Now you hold your hands behind you. You hold, trying to squeeze the shoulder blades together, trying to touch the wrists to each other. Wrists touching, elbows touching, shoulder blades touching. You want to feel a nice stretch on the upper part of your chest. Look at the collarbones. Feel the shoulders opening. And breathe deeply. Good. And then relax that. And now give me shoulder rolls all the way back. You start going up, back, and down. And again. Up, back, and down. 2 more. Up, back, and down. And last one. Up, back, and down. Now I want you to turn your torso to your right, hold the knee, and look back. And you want to feel a little twist. Keeping your spine straight and looking back. So you're going to feel your neck, and I also want you to roll your eyes as if you want to see back behind you. To stretch and move the muscles of your eyes, your neck, and your spine. Good. Come back to center and now turn to the other side. Holding the knee for a little resistance. Turning your upper body back. Feeling the rotation of the spine. Feeling the rotation of the neck. And even the rotation of the eyes. You want to breathe, imagining the breath going all along your spine and into your eyes. Perfect. And then you come back down, back to center. Now breathe in, and when you breathe out, I want you to fold forward. Folding forward, and forward, and forward, and forward. Just allowing it to happen, not forcing your body. And noticing the sensations on your lower back. If anything hurts, please stop. Breathe while you're there. Good. And then slowly you start coming up. And now I want you to come up and turn onto all fours. We're going to move the spine with cat and cow rotations. So, hands under the shoulders and knees under your hip. When you breathe in, you let the abdomen relax and you look up. And when you breathe out, you contract the abdomen. You tuck your chin under and you send your spine up to the ceiling like a cat. And you repeat that. Breathing in, relaxing, and looking up. And breathing out as you push the floor. Tuck your chin under and round the spine up to the ceiling. One more time. Breathe in, relaxing and looking up. And breathe out, rounding the spine and pushing and pushing and pushing, feeling the separation of the vertebrae. Now come back to a neutral spine. Good. Right there in neutral, you want to extend the right leg back, keeping the hip level by turning the toe a little bit under. Then extend the opposite arm away and think of making yourself grow. Growing that leg back and growing that arm forward. Imagine you have a corset and you are tight. That corset is tight, supporting your core, pulling your belly in. Good. Then put that knee down and the hand down and switch. The left leg goes back, level the hip, and the opposite arm goes forward, keeping your hip level, keeping your abdomen strong, staying still like a statue, relaxing your mouth and your face. Then breathe the pose in. Very good. And then you come back down onto all fours. Breathe in all fours, and when you breathe out, you push your hip up into a down dog position. Stay a moment in down dog and feel what's happening in your body. Now relax your neck and let your head hang. Open your mouth and stick your tongue out, stretching all the muscles in your jaw, your face, your neck, your throat. Pull your belly in gently and push the hip up a little higher. If you need to come down to your knees, please do so. If not, next time you breathe in, come up on your toes and look at your belly. And when you breathe out, press your feet down and look at your hands. And repeat that. Breathe in, up on the toes, and look at your belly. When you breathe out, your heels go flat and you look at your hands. One more time. Breathe in, up on the toes, look at your belly. Breathe out, feet flat, and look at your hands. Good. Now come back down to your knees and sit back into child's pose. And just see how that feels. Breathe deeply into your spine. Good. We're going to do this 2 more times. So you start coming up onto all fours. Turn your toes under as you breathe in. And when you breathe out, you push your hip up into a down dog. Align yourself by pushing the arms equally. Checking the right hand and the left hand. They are both working equally. Present both feet. Check your right foot and your left foot. Make sure they are both pushing equally. Pull your belly in and see if you can pull the pelvic floor up. Think of holding gas and keep that action. At the same time, you need to relax your face, in your mouth, and your neck. Deep breaths, very much attentive to what the breath is doing, what you're feeling. Good. And then come back down to your knees and sit back into child's pose. As you are in child's pose, I want to check the strength of your back. So staying in child's pose, think of engaging your core by pulling your belly in, as if I'm about to punch you on your belly. So you want to prepare. Now as you prepare, you want to try to lift your right arm off the floor for about 1 inch or 2. And then you put that arm down and you try the other arm. Lift it up a little bit. You're going to feel a nice pull in your back. Good. And then put it down. So now you know if it was easy, you can do both arms at the same time. If it was too difficult, then alternate your arms again. Good. Now relax that. Come back up onto all fours. Breathe in as you turn your toes under. And breathe out as you push your hip up into down dog. Strong and even. Checking the arms. Both arms are working equally. Checking your legs, both legs are working equally. Pulling your belly in, pulling the pelvic floor up. And then I want you to add lifting your right leg up. Pressing like you want to touch up in the ceiling with your leg without tilting your body. Keep both hands working equally. Then you put that leg down and you lift the other leg up. Raise it up to the ceiling, stretching, pushing both legs at the same time, and feeling a sensation of a split. Very good. Then you bring both legs down to the floor and you come down to your knees and sit back into child's pose. In child's pose, pull your belly in, preparing to lift either 1 or 2 hands from the floor. And then put them back down. Good. Now come back up onto all fours. You bring your right foot in between your hands to give me a squared lunge. That means both knees are making a 90 degree. So you hold that position, you open your right arm up and rotate your shoulders and keep your knees in alignment and rotate and look up at your hand. Good. Then you come back down and you switch. You open your left arm up and reach, rotating the shoulder, rotating and looking up, and feel those stretches in your hip. Perfect. And then you come back down to the floor. Now you want to make the back leg straight into a lunge. So you lift the back knee, make that heel go far back and lower the hip a little bit. You breathe into your hip. You're opening that hip. Perfect. Now put that back knee down on the floor and now prepare to lift up. So now your hip is tilted. You hold, trying to drag your legs towards each other. You contract your abdomen and you lift up with hands on your thighs. Hands on your thigh and hold. If possible, you want to raise your arms in front of you, maybe up a little, and if more advanced people, you want to try to look up and make a nice back bend. Now you come back to center, place both hands in front of your heart, and then turn your body to your right. You place your elbow against your knee and you rotate your body into a twist. Your fingertips rotate towards your heart, and you look up, and you just hold that for a breath or two. Perfect. Release it down, hands on the floor, and you send your right leg all the way back and move your hip side to side for a bit. Now you switch. Your left foot comes in between your hands, making a square lunge, which means both knees make a 90 degree. You open your right arm up and rotate and rotate and rotate, looking up, stretching and feeling the waist. Good. Then you come back down and switch. Open up the other arm. Keep your feet in alignment. Keep your knees under control. Don't let the knee open or flap out. Keep it under control. Rotate shoulder over shoulder. Perfect. And then you come back down. Both hands on the floor. You power up that back leg and lift the knee. So your heel pushes back and your hip goes low, opening your hip. Now your knee comes back down to the floor and your hip is tilted forward. Engage your core, dragging knee to knee, and attempt to lift your torso up. You may put your hands on your thigh, that's enough. But if you can do more, no hands. Extending them in front of you, lifting them all the way up, maybe looking up at the ceiling, arching back a little bit. Good. And then you come back down. Hands on your heart, and turn to your left. And place your elbow against your knee and press your hands one over the other one, rotating your fingertips towards your heart and attempting to look up. Enjoy the twist. Breathe it all in. Now you come back down, both hands on the floor, and your leg goes straight back. You want to hold the plank. So no knees. Squeeze your legs together. Push the floor with your hands right underneath the shoulders. With a nice Mona Lisa smile, you hold this pose. Perfect. And then you come back down and you relax into all fours, back into child's pose. Relax the shoulders, relax the face, lean back a little bit, putting pressure on your feet. Breathe into your beautiful feet. Feel your beautiful ankles stretching. You can lift the knees if possible, one or both or none. Good. Then lower down the knees, lift the hip up, turn your toes under, and sit down again. Now you're going to feel your toes stretching. Lean back a little bit and you're going to feel that in your arches, the arches of your feet. Send them a little love, send them a little thank you. Very good. Then you separate your feet a little bit and also your knees wide open. And now you start lifting the knees up. And you're going to start changing into a squat. If that's not possible, don't worry. We're going to stand up in a minute, so you can stand up any way you can. Those of you who can hold on to the squat, you want to start letting go of the hands. So your knees are up, and you start letting go of one hand, maybe the other one, or maybe alternating. Hold the balance for an instant and see what that feels to be balancing in a squat. And then you can use your hands back on the floor and start sending your hip up to the ceiling, but keep your head down into a forward bend. Relax the torso. Let the torso hang. Grab your elbows and let your arms hang, your head hanging heavy, and your legs working. As you push your right foot and you push your left foot, you feel the energy behind the thighs, behind the knees, behind all along your legs. Breathe into your legs. You might be able to swing side to side like a pendulum, like a grandfather clock pendulum, just going by side to side. Good. Then hold, relax your hands, hold onto your thighs, bend your knees, and start rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking up your spine little by little until you are upright. Good. Now that you're standing, I want your feet together and your knees bent. And I want circles on those knees. So you go around 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And reverse it. Go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Good. Now stand up. Open up your legs and open up your arms. You want to turn your feet to the right. Level your shoulders and bend that right knee. Bend it to a 90 degree so your knee is right above your ankle. And now this is warrior 2. Chin lifted, happy face. Your face can be turned to your right, looking at your fingertips. Your shoulder blades are down. I want you to breathe in and touch the ceiling. And when you breathe out, bend that knee and open arms. And again, breathe in, reach up and touch the ceiling. And breathe out, lower down. One more. Breathe in, stretch your arms and touch the ceiling. And breathe out, lower down. Hold. Turn your right arm to face the ceiling. And now when you want to reach that arm up to the ceiling, and the other arm is going to go down. And this is called peaceful warrior. Now you want to breathe in here. And when you breathe out, you want to turn, rotate into the right, and changing into right angle pose. And again, breathe in into peaceful warrior, and breathe out into right angle pose. And again, breathe in into peaceful warrior, and breathe out into right angle pose. And you want to hold this one. Hold. Get a little lower, listen to your body, breathe into those joints, and if possible, Try to lift your right elbow to make your core work a little harder. Good. Then holding onto your thigh, you come back up into warrior 2. You stretch your leg and you face forward to change sides. Rotate your feet to the left. Bend that left knee into a 90 degree and open arms level to the floor, parallel to the floor. Shoulders down, chin lifted. Your face is looking at your fingertips. Warrior 2. I want you to feel like a warrior, steady and strong. Repeat to yourself, I am independent of the good or bad opinion of others. I am strong and I am fearless. Breathe in when you stretch your leg and your arms up to touch the ceiling, and breathe out, lower down. Breathe in, touch the ceiling, and breathe out, lower down. One more. Breathe in up to the ceiling, and breathe out, lower down, and hold. Turn your left arm to face the ceiling, and start bringing that arm up into peaceful warrior. Good. Breathe in into peaceful warrior. Breathe out into right angle pose. Breathe in into peaceful warrior and breathe out into right angle pose. One more. Breathe in into peaceful warrior and breathe out into right angle pose and hold it here. Hold. Feeling the feet, feeling your legs, feeling the breath. Engage your core and see if you can lift your elbow, forcing your core muscles to hold you in position. Good. Then use your hand to push yourself up to standing. Your feet are parallel and you bring your feet together. Good. You want to bend the knees a little bit and swing your body side to side to recover your harmony. Now we are going to do balance. So standing up tall, looking at one spot on the floor, open arms, and lift your right leg up. You want to put that foot inside the other leg, below the knee or above the knee. You stay steady looking at your spot, your focal point, your drishti. You can put your hands in your heart or you can send your arms up and hold still. Good. And then slowly you come back down. And now you switch. You lift the other leg up. Put your foot either below the knee or above the knee. Hands can be in your heart. Arms can be open. Or arms can be straight up to the ceiling. Your face relaxed. It helps to have the tip of the tongue on the roof of your mouth. Happy face, happy breathing. And lower down and relax. Good. Now turn to the side, to the very end of the mat. And we're going to breathe in, stretching your arms all the way up. And when you breathe out, folding forward into a forward bend. Your hands on the floor, and slowly you send your legs back, one and then the other one. Good. Hold the plank for an instant, making your upper body a strong, solid core. And then on your knees and all the way down on your belly. You want to close your eyes for a moment and take a look at your spine. With your eyes closed, you mentally travel from the base of your neck all the way to your tailbone. And just allowing your spine to settle. You're sending good messages, happy messages, thank you messages to your back. And then I want you to come up on your elbows. As you press your elbows on the floor, you press the pubic bone down and you look up and see what you feel on your back. This is too much, you lower down a little bit. If this is easy, you can come up a little higher by using your hands instead of your elbows. Relax the shoulders. Good. And then you want to come back down. So now you know how your back is feeling. Now do it again. You want to breathe in and come up either on your elbows or on your hands. Relaxing the shoulders, paying close attention to your back. Your feet and your legs are active. They are alive and they are pushing into the floor. Very good. And then you come back down. And again, breathing in, lifting up again. Don't force your body. Just do it nice and gently. Good. And then lower down. Very good. So now I want you to bend the knees and see how that feels. You can swing your legs a little bit side to side just to check on your hip and your lower back. And then hold. Now, I want you to go back and try to hold your feet. If you cannot hold both, hold one. So, hold your right foot. Now, lift up by holding onto that leg and trying to stretch it up a little bit. And then maybe you can lift up the other arm and the other leg too. If you're doing both, you hold on to both and you try to stretch them both. Take a breath or two and slowly lower down. Now switch. Go grab your left foot behind you. If you did it both, do both again. Gently try to lift your body up by pushing that leg. And maybe lifting the other hand and maybe lifting the other leg and feel the power of your back. Breathing into your back with love and kindness and gratitude. Good. And then release it down. Good. Now I want you to come up onto all fours. You want to swing your hip a little bit side to side. And then you swing your feet to the right and you start sitting down. Sitting. Sit. And your feet are to the right. And you're sitting sideways. The leg that is on top is going to swivel around and it's going to come to the other side. That's it. So as if you have knee over knee and feet away from each other. Good. So now you want to try to sit up straight and feel the sit bones pressing into the floor and your spine growing. You're going to feel this in your hip. This is a hip opener. Stay like that unless you have room for more. If you can do more, you want to take a big inhale in, and when you breathe out, you want to lean forward. And just breathe, stand right there. Breathe. Good. And then you come back up. Now you want to lift that knee that is on top, bring it up towards your chest, and push the foot on the floor. Now you want to turn your upper body to your right. You want to hold onto that knee, and you want to twist. And you want to grow tall when you breathe in, and when you breathe out, you twist. Breathe in when you grow, and breathe out when you rotate. Don't forget to rotate the neck. Don't forget to rotate your eyes. Very good. And then you come back down. You place both hands behind you. You lean back to let those legs come free and kick them. Kick them a little bit, like alternate them, shaking them up, shake them, shake them, shake them. And then you fold both legs and you turn them to your left. To switch sides. The leg that is on top comes around and you place knee over knee and feet away from each other. You glue your sit bones on the floor and your spine grows tall to get your hip open. If you have room for more, you take a big inhale, and when you breathe out, you fall forward. Gravity is gonna help you with the stretch. Just let it, don't force it. Just let gravity press you down. Good. Then you start coming up slowly. You lift your left knee. You press that foot on the floor. And you turn your upper body. Turn it to the left. Grabbing your knee and rotating your body. When you breathe in, you grow tall. When you breathe out, you rotate. When you breathe in, you grow tall. When you breathe out, you rotate. Rotating the spine, rotating the neck, and rotating your eyes. Breathing into all those places of your body, sending them extra oxygen, extra love, extra gratitude. And then coming back to center. Place your hands behind you. Lean back to be able to let those legs go in front of you and shake them out. When you shake your legs, I want you to align yourself with the mat. Stand both legs in front of you. If you can, you want to lift the legs from the floor with your knees bent into the boat. If it's impossible, I want you to lift one leg at a time, or two. Those of you who are more advanced, you can stand the legs straight, arms parallel to the floor, heart lifted, happy face. Good. And then you come back down. Place your feet on the floor. You want to lean back on your elbows and slowly lie down facing up. In lying down, you just want to take a moment to see how your spine feels. How do you feel? Let the whole body rest. Let the floor support your spine. Now, you want to bend your knees and put your feet on the floor. Slowly, when you breathe in, you want to go ahead and lift the hip up into a bridge. Good. And then slowly put your hip back down on the floor. Bring your right knee up into your chest. You want to hold that knee with both hands and look at the leg to make sure that it's in proper alignment. The inner thigh is in proper alignment with your spine, and your knee is pointing towards your right ear. You give that leg a little bit of a hug, and you can try to sit and try to put your forehead to your knee. Noticing the stretches on your back, all the way from the upper back to the lower back. Good, and then put it down and switch. Other knee comes up, you hold it, make sure it is in proper alignment. Inner thigh in alignment with your spine. The knee is pointing to your ear. And then once you have proper alignment, you lift up your head to touch forehead to knee. And you give yourself a full breath to own that pose. Good. And then you release that down. Now both knees can come up into your chest, and you can go into a shoulder stand. If you don't want to do a shoulder stand, you can simply put your block under the hip and your legs up. That's a very gentle inversion. Very safe, very safe. If you can do a shoulder stand, you lift the hip up, you grab your lower back with your hands. So now your elbows are supporting you. You want to feel grounded with your elbows and your shoulders. That's why it's called shoulder stand. So your neck is safe. Your breathing is normal. You're not blocking the flow of air. Your face is relaxed and a very pleasant expression. Happy face. And just enjoy that inversion. It's such a complete pose. Your legs are draining. Your face is getting a facial. Your brain is getting a shower of nutrients. Enjoy the sensations of divine gravity. That's what you're doing. You are reversing the pull of gravity. Slowly, slowly, you start lowering the legs towards your face. You pull your belly in to control those legs, and slowly you start coming down, rolling the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, until you get to the floor. Once you get on the floor, you want to push yourself up onto your elbows. And you want to lift the chest up as your head tilts back into the fish pose. It's a heart opener. It opens your bronchus. It stimulates your thyroids, the parathyroid and the thyroid glands. So it improves your metabolism. You can also open and close your mouth to move those glands. That's it. You lift up the head first, you open your elbows, and you rest on the floor. Good. Now you bring both knees into your chest, hugging yourself, like giving yourself a good loving hug. You can bring your head up to touch forehead to knee, and then release. Now open your arms and your head is on the floor. You want to let both legs to turn to your right, and keep your head also turned to your right. Relax right there and gently rotate your head to look straight up. And if it doesn't bother your neck, then you can turn it to look to the left. But don't force it, because then you tied up your back again. You want to try to keep your back nice and relaxed. Breathe into that spinal twist. Good. And then to come up, you engage your core, pull your belly in to raise your legs up and turn them to the left. Your head turns to the left first. Once you're there, you may bring your head to look up at the ceiling. If you're not in pain and nothing bothers you, you can turn your head to look to the right. Gently, not a lot, just a little bit. Breathe in for the last spinal release. And then you come back, pulling your belly in, lifting the knees to center. Now I want a happy baby. You want to let the feet up. You want to grab your feet with your hands, with knees open, just like a baby, happy baby pose. But put attention in your sacrum and see if you can feel the sacrum kind of level to the floor. Massaging the sacrum, just tilting a little bit side to side. And it also helps to laugh. A big, happy belly laugh is really good for relaxation. So laugh. Until you run out of air in your belly. Laugh and laugh and laugh. And then when you can just relax. And now you relax into Shavasana. Yoga's relaxation class. Yoga's relaxation pose. Your arms are on the floor with your palms face up. And this session is now complete. Lie down facing up and let the body be by itself, heavy, heavy, as if you are being pulled by gravity a little deeper. Then you want to take a big inhale in, and when you breathe out, you just let it go nice and easy. And breathe so that your belly raises up when you breathe in, and when you breathe out, your belly relaxes down. And again, breathe in when your belly raises up, and breathe out, your belly relaxes down. And then place your hands by your side with your palms facing up. Pay attention to your face. Look at your mouth and check the roof of your mouth, your upper teeth, your lower teeth, your tongue, and your lips. Then take a look at your nose and then your cheeks, right cheek and left cheek, right ear and left ear, right eye and left eye. Look at the eyebrows and the space in between the eyebrows, your temples, and the crown of your head. Look at the entire scalp and the back of your head. Come back, come down to your shoulders, right shoulder and left shoulder. From the shoulder, you want to start traveling down your right arm to make it to your elbow, looking at the hollow of the elbow and the outside of the elbow. Then going down the lower part of your arm to your wrist, looking at the palm of your hand and the back of your hand, your thumb, your index finger, your hard finger, your ring finger, and your little finger. And you start coming back up your arm from the fingers to the hand, to the wrist, to the elbow, to the shoulder, but stay in your armpit, that underarm, looking and feeling the right underarm. Coming down that right side, looking at the right ribs, and the right waist, and the right groin. Then looking down that leg from the hip all the way to your knee, checking the kneecap and the underside of the knee. Continue going down the leg to your ankle. Check out the top of your foot, the bottom of your foot, and your 5 toes. Then I want you to come back and take a look at the 2 sides of your body to compare. The right side feels alive and aware, while the left side is like sleepy. And this shows the power of awareness. Awareness and attention. Attention is energy. Wherever you put your attention, energy goes right there. So let's fix this by going to your left shoulder. And you start traveling from the left shoulder, you go down your left arm, checking the elbow, the hollow of the elbow and the outside of the elbow. Continue the lower arm to your wrist, the palm of your hand and the back of your hand, your thumb, the index finger, the hard finger, the ring finger, and the little finger. Coming back up to the hand, then to the wrist, back to your elbow, and all the way up to your armpit. From the armpit, you start traveling down your body to the left rib cage, the left waist, the left hip, and the left groin. Continue going down the leg until you make it to your knee. the kneecap and the underside of the knee. Then continue down to make it to your ankle. Check out the top of your foot, the bottom of your foot, and all 5 toes. And then compare the two sides of your body. Should feel even and balanced and relaxed. Keep that awareness as if you're aware of your entire body, and enjoy a moment of total awareness. Remembering that healing starts with self-awareness.